Hey everyone, it's Eddie Sanchez with E-Writes Podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about the art of deception in storytelling. If you're into that kind of stuff, stay tuned. All right, guys, let's get into it. The art of deception in storytelling. Okay, so today I just want to make it a quick tip and just tell you, new writers, what it's like to write a good story. One, you don't want to make it boring because rule number one of writing is don't be boring. Two, you want to deceive your audience. Remember, most good readers or watchers of movies, right? If you're writing a screenplay like I do, they want to they're like detectives. The readers or the movie watchers are like detectives. They're reading your story or watching your movie, and they're trying to put the clues together to figure out the ending of the story. Now, a good writer is going to leave clues, right? And it's going to lead them a certain way. Now, along the way, you might want to throw in a little plot twist. You might want to lead them somewhere, and then they assume they know what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what just happened here? A good example of that is in the movie Fight Club. Brad Pitt, Edward, I forget the last name. But anyway, Fight Club, Brad Pitt, 90s, very famous movie. You know, you did not know that the main character, you didn't know that it was the same person. Like Brad Pitt and Edward, I can't think of his last name. But the two actors, I'll put it on the screen. The two actors, basically, the main character was basically had multiple personalities, right? Maybe he had a nervous breakdown, but the movie is so interesting and it keeps you on the edge of the seat because these personalities are completely different and they just kind of play off each other. I mean, they even fight each other. And at the end of the movie, you're like, what? It was the same person. They were fighting themselves, beating themselves up. So, you get that moment of like, wow, that's amazing. And that's kind of what you want to have readers. You want to give them that, wow, I didn't see that coming moment. So you want to throw in a little twist when you're writing. You're giving them clues that you think are leading them towards the end, but then you twist it up and you deceive them. And that's in a nice way, people don't like to be lied to, but in books, they want to be deceived a little bit. And that's what good storytelling is. You want to have multiple layers. Now, what I mean by multiple layers is, as he's going through this story, right, the plot, right, the character has to change. So when he hits the point of no return, right, he's a certain way in the beginning, right? And then he gets to the point that something happens, something dramatically happens, that life-changing incident, right? Something happens. Maybe he killed somebody, for example, right? He kills somebody and it's like, oh my God, I can't go back. I have to figure out who framed me, right? For example. And then the story really begins because now he's trying to find out who set him up and at least one point. Now, he cannot be the same at the end of the story. He has to be a completely different person. If he was cautious in the beginning of the story, he's going to be a little more reckless, right? There has to be changes in the main character. There has to be a character arc. I know that's a big word, but that's kind of what you want to see. That'll keep the story interesting. You see him changing along the way, and you're throwing in some plot twists, and that really makes this story interesting. Remember, nobody likes to read boring stories. All right, guys, I just want to keep it at that. I'm going to leave a link to the blog below where it gives you a little more details about storytelling and leaving breadcrumbs and things like that. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my podcast, and all my other channels. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.